accessing services from the formal financial sector has been a major constraint for the poor people in India. Despite impressive growth of the financial system over the years, a large number of households are still excluded from its services. For such people, especially women, self-help groups or SHGs as they are popularly called have proved to be a successful initiative for delivery of small credit at an affordable interest rate, thus reducing their dependence on money lenders who generally charge exorbitant rates of interest.
गांव में सूद जो है कम हो गया। पहले जो 10% था, मतलब 100 में 10 रुपया प्रति सैकड़ा था, अभी 2 रुपया हो गया है।
आम्हाला सावकाराकडे जायची गरज नाही वाटत। आम्ही आता सावकाराकडे जात नाही, आम्ही गटातूनच कर्ज घेतो। वेळच्या वेळी आमच्या महिला पण ते कर्ज पण फेडतात।
ಸರ್, ಈಗ ಒಬ್ಬ ಮಹಿಳೆ ಎತ್ತು ಬಂಡಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ಮಹಿಳೆ ಬಂದು ಸೀಮೆ ಹಸು ತಗೊಂಡು ಹಾಲು ಡೈರಿಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ಮಹಿಳೆ ಬಂದು ಈ ತುಂಬಾ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮನೆ ಲೀಸ್ಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು, ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬಡ್ಡಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ, ಮನೆ ಬಿಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬೇರೆ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ರು, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಸಾಲ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಮನೆ ಬಿಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಿನ್ನ ಸ್ವಂತ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದು ಇರು ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮನೆ ಬಿಡಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ। ಒಬ್ಬರು ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ।
మేము ఫస్ట్ పెట్టి పట్టుకొని ఊర్లో ఉద్యమం చేసుకుంటాం సార్, రైతుల కాడికి పోయి ఉద్యమం చేసుకుంటాంటిమి। మా భార్యను సంగళం చేర్చినాము, ఒక 10,000 రూపాయలు అప్పు కొండొచ్చి చిన్న పెట్టి వేసుకుంటాం। ఆ పెట్టిలో చేసుకుంటూ మళ్ళీ ఆ అప్పు తీరిపోయినాక మళ్ళీ 10,000 అప్పు 40,000 అడిగితే 40,000 అప్పు ఇచ్చినారు। రూమ్ వేసినాం సార్, 8 ఏళ్ళ పొద్దైంది రూమ్ వేసుకున్నాము 40,000కి। ఆ రూమ్ వేసుకున్నాక దాంట్లో చేసుకుంటూ సంఘాలు కట్టుకుంటూ పిల్లలకు 3 పిల్లలకి పెళ్ళి అట్లా ఇల్లు కట్టుకున్నాను। దానివల్లనే మేము బాగుపడినాం సార్, దానివల్లనే సంఘంల వల్ల। ఇప్పుడు కూడా ఇంకా మాకు ఏదైనా కానీ అభివృద్ధి కావాలని మేము కూడా ఇంకా ఉన్నాం। సంఘాలు ఈ ఆడల్లో సంఘాలు వచ్చిన దానివల్ల మా గ్రామంలో మేము మా వరకు అంతా బాగుపడినాం సార్।
हमारे संगम में 5 औरतें मुसलमान है, मुस्लिम हिंदू को 5 जने थे सब। एक दिन चले गए, 9 जने थे, एक बाहर जाकर है। अब 108 आदमी है हमें संगम में। हमें ये रागी, सिल्वर, पित्तल, प्लास्टिक, हवा हर एक भी लेती सब लेके बच्चे के पास ले लेके हमें सब चुन के गोरम को दाल करते हो चल। और बैंक से पहले मरतबा 10,000 ली साहब, फिर मरतबा 15,000 ली साहब, अब 60,000 ली साहब। थोड़े जने सोना ली, थोड़े जने चांदी ली साहब, थोड़े जने घरा रिपेयरी कर ली, थोड़े जने माल मसाला ले को रख ले को है सब, थोड़े जने ऑटो ले ली, थोड़े जने गाड़ियाँ ले ली, ले को व्यापार करती थी सब।
The SHGs have not only provided economic benefits to the women, but have also helped them gain confidence, acquire newer skills, and improve their socio-economic status.
पहले तो महिला पति के नाम ही जानी जाती थी, घूंघट में रहती थी, तो वो बाहर नहीं निकल पाती, ना उनको कोई देख पाता था, ना कुछ बोल पाता था। कोई बाहर का आता तो वो इशारे में ही बात करती थी। अब वो कोई भी आता है बेझिझक तो बात कर लेती है। वो अपनी पहचान महिला के ग्रुप में जुड़ी हुई है, तो ये भाई महिला भी पैसे ला सकती है।
అప్పులతో ఫస్ట్ ఇండ్లు కాయించుకున్నాను, 18,000 రూపాయలు పెట్టి ఇల్లు కొనుక్కున్నా, పాతిల్లు। ఆటి నుంచి ఎద్దులు కొన్నా, బండి కొన్నా, తర్వాత 2 ఏనుగులు కొనుక్కున్నాను, తర్వాత 2 ఇల్లు కట్టుకున్నాను నేను। ఇంకా ఆ భూమిలో నుంచి వ్యవసాయం చేసుకుంటూ 52,000 రూపాయలతో ఎకరా వచ్చి 3 ఎకరాల 67 సెంట్లు పొలం కొన్నాను। అది నా పేరుతోనే చేసుకున్నాను। ఇప్పటికీ మా సంఘంలో దాదాపుగా 13 ఏళ్ళు అవుతుంది నేను సంఘంలోకి చేరి। సన్న సంఘం లీడర్గా కూడా పనిచేశాను, గ్రామైక్య సంఘం లీడర్గా పనిచేసినాను, మండల సమైక్య లీడర్గా పనిచేసినాను, స్టేట్ కమ్యూనిటీ రిసోర్స్ పర్సన్గా కూడా పనిచేసినాను। తర్వాత 18 డిస్టిక్ల్లో కూడా నేను పనిచేసినాను। ఈ సంఘంలో చేరిన దానివల్ల ఈ బ్యాంక్ లింకేజ్ తక్కువ వడ్డీతో ఎక్కువ కంతులతో మాకు రావడం వల్ల మా కుటుంబం నిజంగా అత్యంత స్థాయిలో ఇప్పుడు రిచ్ ఫ్యామిలీగా తయారైనామన్నమాట। ఆ విధంగా మేము పైకి వచ్చినాం. మేమే కాదు, మా సంఘంలో ఉండే సభ్యులు 10 మంది కూడా ಅದೇ ಸ್ಥಾಯಿലേക്ക് వచ్చినారు. ఇప్పుడు
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪರಿಚಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಗೆ. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ. ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಬನ್ನಿ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ನಿಮ್ಗೇನು ಮೇಡಮ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ಆಯಿತು ಸಾಲ ತಗೊಂಡು ಮತ್ತೆ ತೀರಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ಮತ್ತೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಏನೇ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ನಡೆದ್ರೇನು ನಮಗೆ ಲೆಟರ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಬನ್ನಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಇಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳಿದೆ ಬನ್ನಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಮಂಡಲ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಇರಲಿ ತಾಲೂಕು ಆಫೀಸ್ ಇರಲಿ ನಾವೇ ಧೈರ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಹೋಗಿ ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ನಮಗೆ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ಸರ್, ಪರಿಚಯನೇ ಇಲ್ದಿರ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಡುಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ತಿನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದಿದ್ದು.
बहुत खुशी साहब हमें लेने के बाद हमें बहुत खुशी. तकलीफ नहीं, महीना आया तो टेंशन पड़ने की आदत नहीं, क्या नहीं, अच्छा चलता है साहब.
The success of the whole self-help group movement, wherever it succeeded, is because the women took that opportunity which was available through this. So it was a need which got expressed, a space in the public forum beyond the houses which is required. In many places it's because of this movement only women have come into the forefold in the development process, in the village. I mean, identity as a citizen, not just as a wife or a mother.
The SHG movement, which began in the mid-80s, was launched by NGOs which wanted to experiment with alternative models of providing financial services to the poor. But as the capital with the SHGs was self-generated through savings and interest, the scope of larger amounts of credit to their members was limited. Thus emerged the need to link the SHGs to banks, which would provide credit in multiples of the savings generated by the group.
In 86, we went to NABARD and said, look here, we have something emerging. And by that time, we had quite a number of groups, 40-50 groups. Maybe you should come and have a look at them. We then applied to NABARD for 3 million rupees for training the groups and for matching their savings. We said their savings are small, we should give them, match their savings, like we can double it or give it 3-to-1. If they are good, or 4-to-1, or I don't remember exactly, but if they were good, we would match it more, and if they were not so good, we would match it less.
Since 86-87, a serious thought was given. How should we do? And there were a series of discussions and the reviews of the experience of Bangladesh and the other countries. But finally, the conclusion arrived at was exactly the model that has developed in Bangladesh is not the one that we can copy from an apex institutional approach point of view. This has to come from the civil societies. If they come up, yes, there will be support mechanisms to support them. So this has all led to what we call today the SHG-Bank Linkage microfinance product, I would call it.
We were trying to search for some model, some delivery system by which the small and marginal farmers, particularly in the resource poor regions, could get access to banking services. And in this connection, we saw some work being done by Mayrada in Karnataka, and also some experiments which were being done in Indonesia, Sri Lanka and other countries, where this kind of project was tried. You have an informal group which is linked to the banking system. Seeing that, we try to do the same thing. 26 February 1992, operational guidelines for linkage of SHG with the banking system were introduced, with the objective of improving the outreach of the banking system.
1992, it was launched. SHG-Bank Linkage program was launched. These 3 decisions were taken to lend to unregistered groups, provided they function well like registered groups, to give one loan to the group and let the group decide, and third, lend to without physical collateral. This was the basis of the whole SHG-Bank Linkage program.
What started as a small pilot of linking SHGs with banks for obtaining collateral-free loans in southern India has become a pan-India phenomenon today. From a modest beginning of linking 500 SHGs to banks in 1992 and an initial loan of 1 million rupees, the program has grown tremendously over the years. As of the 31st of March 2011, the program has an outreach of 7.5 million savings-linked SHGs with a total savings of 70 billion rupees and 4.8 million credit-linked SHGs with a loan outstanding of 300 billion rupees with banks. Thus, about 97 million households are covered under the SHG-Bank Linkage program. This has made the Indian SHG-Bank Linkage program the largest community-based microfinance program in the world in terms of outreach.
Very unique achievement in India, and this is what separates us from the rest of the developing countries. And this is, I would say, I mean, I don't know how this decision was taken, really a path-breaking decision.
SHG-Bank Linkage program has been very unique in the sense that through this scheme we have been able to reach a large number of population where otherwise it would have been very difficult to reach them.
సంఘం ఏ విధంగా ఇంప్రూవ్ అయిందో మా సభ్యులం కూడా అవసరాలు తీరి రిచ్ ఫ్యామిలీ లాగా కుటుంబాలు తయారైనాయి. నేనంతే నాకైతే ఇంకే అవసరం లేదేమో ఈ సంఘం ఉంటే నాకు ఇంకెవరు కాబట్రేమో బ్యాంక్ లింకేజ్ సంఘం ఉంటే జీవితం అంతా చాలు అని అనుకుంటున్నాను నేను.
The very fact that you have today 70 lakh SHGs covering a few crore families and almost 50 lakh SHGs which have availed loans from the banking system, and they are today availing loans to the tune of about 20,000 crore every year. I think this is good proof enough that the product has really served its purpose. Otherwise, banks would have not really lent so much.
The SHG-Bank Linkage model has also evolved over the years, with certain NGOs and state governments promoting federations of SHGs at various levels with an objective of ensuring sustainability and providing solidarity and bargaining power to the women.
Andhra Pradesh state has taken the initiative to form their federations at the appropriate administrative structure, like we have the SHGs federating at the village level as a village organization, and then at the mandal level, which is a sub-block in Andhra Pradesh, and then at the district level. So what this institutional architecture provided to the poor women of this state is it gave an identity to the poor woman who through these organizations of their own were able to access the various rights and entitlements that the governments provide, as well as interact with the markets.
फेडरेशन एकतर गट फॉर्मेशन करतात. गट फॉर्मेशन झाल्यावर त्यांना लोकल लेवलचं जे ट्रेनिंग आहे, सभासद प्रशिक्षण, ग्रुप लीडर प्रशिक्षण, रेकॉर्ड प्रशिक्षण, विभाग प्रतिनिधी प्रशिक्षण, हे प्रशिक्षण दिले जातं. त्याबरोबर काही सामाजिक कार्यक्रम पण त्यांच्यासोबत केले जातात.
It was in 1994 that UNDP started the federation project. And some of the big NGOs had actually started even earlier. Meanwhile, if you look at this now in retrospect, with 165,000 federations and 158,000 of them, these are 2010 figures, and 158,000 of them are village level federations, which means primary federations, and they're called village organizations. Then we see that a great system has evolved here, and this is, in my view, the most important type of institutions, the village level organization. Everything on top of this is backup organizations, which are needed, yes, but the real power is with the village level organizations. And they are owned by the SHGs. They are owned, not only owned, they are managed and governed by the SHGs.
While the growth of SHG-Bank Linkage has been impressive, it has been uneven and has brought in several challenges.
The SHG-Bank Linkage is very uneven. It's mostly concentrated in southern India and little bit in the eastern side. But the rest of the country, particularly central India, the northern parts of the country, and even the western parts, the exceptions are little bit in Gujarat and Maharashtra. So I think that is the real challenge. How do we take this kind of culture to other states?
We were apprehensive that once the program becomes quite large, the politician will hijack it. That was our apprehension in the beginning also. But once the number became large, it became known to everybody, and people found it to be a very excellent arrangement for delivery. SHG as a delivery model is excellent, there is no doubt about it. But